Jon and Daenerys don't want to listen to lonely old men.
Not that old. Not as old as him. Our queen respects the wisdom of age.
Of course she does. Respect is how the young keep us at a distance, so we don't remind them of an unpleasant truth.
What is that?
Nothing lasts.
Yeah.
What's wrong with them?
They don't like the North.
So that's basically Rhaegal, his dad, like,
Go on.
looking at him. Right now. We're gonna do this right now? Like in the first episode? Not even like
to ride a dragon.
an emergency?
Nobody does until they ride a dragon.
What if he doesn't want me to?
Then I've enjoyed your company, Jon Snow.
I really didn't think this was gonna happen like so fast. I thought it was gonna be like an emergency, like, I'm getting on a dragon, you know what I mean? It's like How to Train Your Dragon. Oh shit. I'm telling you, they need to make saddles. That's your auntie.
It's cold up here for a
Stop
second,
it.
girl.
So keep your queen warm.
I wonder how much they spent on him mean mugging her. Or mean mugging Jon, like, you make one wrong move, and I will eat you.
You left me to die.
First I robbed you.
Yeah.
You're a cold little bitch, aren't you? Guess that's why you're still alive.
No, she learned it from him.
Stay close to that forge then.
Is that a command, Lady Stark?
Don't call me that.
As you wish, milady.
Here's my wish. Can you make it?
What do you need something like this for?
Can you make it or not?
You already have a sword. What's that? It's Valyrian steel.
Yep.
I always knew you were just another rich girl.
You don't know any other rich girls.
Was that her flirting? Was that a flirt? I hope so.
House Glover will stand behind House Stark as we have for 1,000 years. Isn't that what he said?
I will stand behind Jon Snow, he said. The king in the north.
I told you we needed allies.
You didn't tell me you were going to abandon your crown.
They don't
Do you have any faith in me
understand
at
the
all?
gravity of it. Like, they just don't, because they haven't
No
seen
idea.
it.
She'll be a good queen. For all of us. She's not her father.
This is bad. They keep mentioning how good of a couple the two are, and that they're both honorable, and Dany's blah blah blah. She's gonna be like, she's gonna switch a flip and go.
Did you bend the knee
crazy.
to save the north? Or because you love her?
Both. Why ask the question when you already know it's both Sansa?
I could use a pardon.
For what crime?
I borrowed a few books from the Citadel. Also a sword.
He's like,
From the Citadel?
From my family. It's been in House Tarly for generations, so it would have been mine anyway, eventually. But my father had other ideas.
Not Randall Tully.
You know him?
Yeah, I'm kind of.
I offered to let him retain his lands and titles if he bent the knee. He refused.
It was war. I forgot he didn't
Still be
know.
allowed home again. Now that my brother's the Lord.
I thought meeting her would be awkward, but oh fuck.
Your brother stood with your father.
They were awful anyway. See, I'm just sensitive, so I get, you know, he's upset. But like, his dad was awful, and he knows that. Brother, he can be upset about it.
It's time to tell John the truth.
You're his brother. Shouldn't you tell him?
I'm not his brother. He trusts you more than anyone. Now's the time.
When he's all mad about Dany killing his family, that doesn't make any sense. Like, I understand, like, he needs to know as soon as possible, but it's gonna sound like revenge or being vengeful or being not petty, that's not the word, that Dany killed his family. Like, oh, she killed my family, so you need to know that you need to be the king. You know what I mean? Like, this is not a good time. He's not emotionally in a place to deliver this.
I'm sorry. I know I'm not supposed to be down here.
Did he not know that he was
Are you
there?
hiding from me?
Of course not.
What are you doing in Winterfell? Or did you read every book in the Citadel already?
Daenerys. She executed my father and brother.
See, it sounds like he's tattling.
They were prisoners.
Like he's mad and tattling.
She didn't tell you.
Well, she didn't know that you were her friend. Or his friend.
Would you have done it?
I've executed men who disobeyed me.
You've also spared men.
But he has
Thousands of
also
husbands when they refused
executed
to
him.
kneel.
And there
Lost
was
the
war.
I bent the knee. I'm not king in the north anymore.
I'm not talking about the king in the north. I'm talking about the king of the bloody Seven Kingdoms.
This could have been done so much nicer. I don't like that he's blurting out like he's
Bran
pissed.
and I worked it out. I had a High Septon's diary. Bran had... whatever Bran had.
What are you talking about?
Your mother was Lyanna Stark. And your father, your real father, was Rhaegar Targaryen. You've never been a bastard. You are Aegon Targaryen, true heir to the Iron Throne. I'm sorry. I know it's a lot to take in.
He's not gonna believe, like, where's the book? Show him the book.
My father was the most honourable man I ever met. You say he lied to me all my life.
He did. Robert would have murdered you if he knew. You're the true king. Aegon Targaryen, sixth of his name, protector of the realm, all of it.
And I'm boinking my aunt.
You gave up your crown to save your people. Would she do the same?
No, but again, I don't like how he's doing this out of anger that she killed his parents. I mean, it makes sense, but like, this was not the time, Bran. Or they should have done it together. But no, she's not giving up that crown. After everything? These 7, 8, 9 years? No, we're not doing this.
Stay back, he's got blue eyes!
I've always had blue eyes. The younger boy.
Is that, oh yeah, that's the
It's a message.
kid.
From the Night King.
His arm is between us and
What the hell
Winterfell.
do all these symbols
We're
mean?
on foot. Have to hope the Night King
They need
doesn't
to
come.
burn him. Jesus Christ. he like alerting the other ones with it? Is this Miss Sunday? No, she wouldn't come back because Davos would absolutely kill her. That's Jamie. That's Jamie. That's definitely Jamie. I swear he and Tyrion were a lot blonder in season 1. Yeah. Why is he surprised? Oh, that's right. Did he think he's dead still? I think he thought he's dead still. Okay. Bran. That is like the ultimate. That's like a level 8 level of petty. Just sitting there waiting for the person who pushed you out of the window to come rolling into your house. He's just sitting back like, uh-huh. I've been waiting for you. Petty. He's not petty. I know. I'm just saying that's hilarious. That's right. So, yeah, Jamie didn't know that he was still alive. He still thought that Bran was dead. So, imagine the shock. Bran's gonna be like, you know, like, I've moved past this. I've moved beyond this. Dany, however, is about to get so good. I do not like the way they had Sam tell Jon in the midst of his mourning and his anger like that, because it just sounds, now if he had taken a step back and just like delivered the news calmly, it would have, but it just sounds so vengeful and like whiny, and you know what I mean. I'm not saying he doesn't have a right to feel that way. He totally does. Like, she killed his father and brother, but it's a war. They could have just as easily died on the field as casualties. You didn't want to bend the knee. This is the cost of that. You're a lord. Your men will follow you. If you don't follow me, they're going to revolt against me again. So you have to bow down to me. And if you don't, I have to kill you. Like, you know what I mean? Or what, put them in prison and then they'll still be like vengeful and possibly traitorous? That's not how it works in war. It's war. So I know in that moment Sam could not have gone through all that in his head. Obviously that wouldn't happen, but for him to have to tell Jon in that moment, it just sounded like he was doing it in a fit of being pissed off about his father and brother dying, and not in a way of like, this is rightfully yours. You know what I mean? He's saying this is rightfully yours, but he's doing it only because, not only, Bran told him to. But it just sounds, I don't want to say the word petty. It just sounds spiteful. You know? Well, she's not the rightful queen anyway, and she's burning people. You know? Like, I just don't like the way it was delivered in that heat of that moment, you know? Would she do the same for you? No. And it's almost a disservice to the fans to ask her to do that, because we've been on this really long journey with her this whole time, you know? So we've seen her be sold off to Khal Drogo, and then them fall in love, and then he was taken from her and she had to burn him. She got her dragons, went to Karth, you know, got the Unsullied, went to Astapor, went to Yunkai, went to fucking Marine, went through all that bullshit there forever. Got taken by the Dothraki. Like, we've seen her progression. So even if you aren't a fan of Dany, you have to acknowledge that her journey has been a fucking hell of a one. You know what I mean? It's a hell of a journey. We've been on this journey with her. So if she gives that up and just like, it's yours, it's honorable, it's absolutely what she should do. But it's coming from Sam after he just delivered that, you know, she just learned that she killed his family. That's gonna seem like he's just saying that because he's angry, you know? And it's coming from Jon's brother and Jon's brother. So is she even going to believe that? She's like, these are your people. They don't want me here. And now you're telling me that they say that you're the rightful king? That's going to cause a little tension. That's your nephew anyway, girl. Don't do that. That's nasty. Let's just go through some of the things. The opening with with the boy running, so reminded me of Bran running along the rooftops and telling Catelyn that, you know, the king was on the way, and like climbing down, like the boy climbing the tree reminded me of him climbing the roofs and coming down, and Catelyn telling him no more climbing. I just, it was such a callback to that, I felt. And then also to Arya being so like happy and anxious to see them, and then like she sees this kid who's happy to see, like it mostly reminded me of Bran though, just with the climbing aspect of it. That was so great. Bran and meeting with Jon, at least he smiled a little bit. I can't tell if it's like I don't like what's happening with the character or if it's the actor. I think it might be the actor not pulling this off quite well. You know what I mean? Because it makes sense that like Bran is now a different person, but I just don't like the way it's delivered, I think. I don't know. I think it might just be the actor. But Jon seeing that, he's like, "Oh, wait, you're not." Because Jon said, you're a man now, and he's like, "Almost." That's funny. He made a little joke. We've already talked about the Sansa and Dany meeting. Like, those two, they are not going to be besties. Not be braiding each other's hair. Well, Dany wouldn't let her braid her hair anyway. Like, Brandy has professional hair braiders, okay? Like, she has Dothraki hair braiders. Because you saw that heart on the back of her head? That was a heart. Lady Lyanna Mormont, I like that she speaks her mind, because apparently the men are just too chicken shit to say anything to Jon. Like, you want to say, like, hey, we made you king, and you came back, and you're with this lady, and now she's your queen. She's a Targaryen, and she's supposed to be our queen, and we're supposed to respect that? Like, what? Nobody wanted to say that to him. Nobody else except the little girl. First of all, y'all are chicken shit. Second of all, little one, I love and respect you. You were it last season. However, now it just sounds like you're just bitching. Just bitch as a group. Why they have to have her do it all the time? Tyrion and Sansa being together, that was actually like a nice, I wanted them to have like a little bit more of a moment though, because they went through some shit together with Joffrey. You know? They saw it from beginning to end. Joffrey, like when Tyrion came to town after season 1, and she told Tyrion, "I'm loyal to my beloved Joffrey," or whatever, and he was like, "Okay, I see where this is going." And like, and them getting married, they've been through this stuff. I wanted to have a little bit more of a moment, but at the same time, she was like, "When did you get this done?" Because why would Tyrion believe Cersei would live up to anything having to do with the Starks or anyone else having that isn't a Lannister? You know? Why? I just realized none of them know that Jaime has left her yet. So he's just showing up completely by surprise. Yes. Bronn is not going to kill Tyrion. I love Jon and Arya meeting. Kind of wish the music was there a little bit more. A little bit louder. Yara and Euron. He said that he's on a ship full of mute people. Do they not speak? Are their tongues cut out? Why are they mute? I'm hoping they explain that actually in the show, because why would you say I'm on a ship full of mute people? We're supposed to be like, oh, they're mute. That's it. I want an explanation as to why. I'll probably get to it in the books. If they are mute in the books also, like, you know. But, I mean, why? I'm not going to rant about Theon's big like redeeming moment of rescuing her too much, because he did, like, it was, I'm glad he did it, but it was like, that's it. Again, who are these lookout people? You don't see, it was just like last season when the Greyjoys are there and these big ass ships who are like twice their size are able to sneak up on them. So you're telling me these big ass ships, they have little people who are looking out and can see your little dinky ships off in the distance, but you didn't see those big ass ships coming towards you? Nobody? Y'all need better lookouts. Yeah, and Euron and Cersei, he's like, she's 1 second, she's like, if you want a queen, you have to earn her. And then she's like, okay, well, come on. Did she sleep with him just so she could say that he's the father? Like, later on. Like, just to maybe get under Jaime's skin? That wouldn't work, because she's already told him that she's pregnant. Tyrion knows she's pregnant. Like, I don't understand why would she just turn and go ahead and sleep with him 2 seconds later? he is kind of a turncoat. Like, he would abandon her real fast. So, use what you got. They didn't have elephants because we know PETA would be all over them. And we don't have the budget. We didn't even see ghosts this episode. It was all dinosaurs. It was all dragons. And how much did they spend for those dragons to sit there and stare at Jon? Hilarious. I don't know why that's so funny. They spent all that budget just for the dragons to be like, you moved one wrong way. So Davos and Varys wants Dany and Jon to get engaged. I mean, it makes sense. If she's going to be the queen, of course, it would make sense for him to want to be engaged to her, because that would automatically give him a sense, like some power, you know. But it doesn't matter. She's probably going to die anyway, and he'll just be king, and they won't even have to like worry about resolving this issue. She was right about Sansa having to, like, she doesn't have to like her, but you do have to respect her. If Jon says that she's the queen and you respect him, then you have to respect his choice to make her queen. So just deal with it. You don't have to like it, but you gotta just fucking go through it and deal with it. Arya and the Hound's greeting went the way I kind of wanted it to. Arya was flirting with Gendry. I'm down for it. And Robert said to Ned, the first season, I have a son, you have a daughter, let's join our houses. I'm just saying. Yeah, I think that's about it. All in all, except for the whole Yara rescue. And like, I wish the news had been delivered to Jon under better circumstances with Sam. But other than like, that was a solid episode. Alright, that's it. I'm going to have to edit this and get it up probably tomorrow. You're probably seeing this on Tuesday. But that's it. I will see you next week for the second episode of this season. Have a good week. Bye.